everybody, and welcome to World Cup Nomad. I am the World Cup Nomad. My name is Mascord, and this is day 7 of competition, and the 8th day since the tournament kicked off. And as I speak to you, I am less than an hour away from Kingston Park in Newcastle. We're Italy taking on Fiji in a couple of hours, and I started the day at Coventry, as you know, if you subscribe and follow. Last night Australia beat Scotland 84-0 in Coventry, and today my assignment was to set off before 9 for the 3.5 hours drive to Newcastle, and then at full time in the match I'm just about to go to, I will be hottailing it back down to Hull, where New Zealand meets Jamaica at MKM Stadium. Before I go any further, please subscribe to the podcast, and also if you go over, I'm doing a companion over on YouTube, which is completely different content. I'm not filming myself as I talk now, so it comes out a bit later because it takes longer to edit video, but that's completely free. It's at youtube.com/WhiteLineFeverTV, and also if you fancy seeing all the press conferences and other content before everyone else, then support the show on Patreon, patreon.com/WhiteLineFever. A lot of discussion after last night's game about the supposed damage done to the sport by having 84-0 on terrestrial television. Is it even worth discussing? Other World Cups in other sports have big scores in the pool round. Sometimes I think rugby league fans are so insecure, particularly in the UK. They're like a kid who goes out worried about their tits and has a terrible night out at the school social because they think everyone's looking at their pimples, and in fact no one's even noticed their pimples. Rugby league just has this enormous insecurity complex. I think one thing worth discussing though is, the amount of domestic activity in Scotland. We're about to see Italy play. Italy do have some domestic competition, as I understand it, but not much. Scotland didn't, I don't think, I stand to be corrected, didn't have a full season domestic senior men's competition at all this year, and it seems like once you get to the top table in rugby league, once you're accepted as a full member of your regional confederation or the international federation, it's like you're there forever. And there's only 4 teams in America at the moment playing a shortened season, but America seems to have more competition than Scotland. So maybe that needs to be reassessed, but that shouldn't be impacted by a score. If Scotland had caused an amazing upset last night, that would still be the case, but they should be assessed on a regular basis to make sure that they still comply with the regulations that allow them to access World Cup qualifying and the World Cup itself. But anyway, I guess, as I said, less than an hour away from Kingston Park. I might have a chat to you again between Kingston Park and MKM Stadium tonight. So we'll talk again shortly. So I arrived at Kingston Park a good hour before kickoff. Availed myself of excellent food. It was some sort of chili with a naan bread and some pilau rice. Amazing. Newcastle wins the food battle for the World Cup as far as the media is concerned. Hands down. It's been great. Hit the road again. Oh, by the way, you want to know the score, and it was a big win to Fiji. They showed plenty of composure, turned on the style when they had to, and they ran out 60-4 winners over Italy. I went to the car right on full time after filing for the paper, and then I hit the road back down to Hull, which took 2.5 hours as predicted. The gas light came on, the indicator that you're running out of petrol, that came on just as I pulled into Hull. Again, car parking at this tournament's been awesome. Just show your lanyard and you can park anywhere. Awesome. Into the ground, and it was a big win, as you'd expect. 68-6 New Zealand over Jamaica, but Jamaica scored their first ever World Cup try, and it was scored by Ben Jones Bishop,
who was also playing his 300th first-class game. So we'll keep this episode, as I said, nice and short, and we'll just grab some of the best moments from the press conferences. The players you're going to hear are, well, I guess we'll start with Jermaine McGilvray, the sort of assistant coach of Jamaica, and also Ashton Golding, the captain. And then after that, some really nice stuff from Michael Maguire, the coach of New Zealand, and also who else was there? Dylan Watini-Zalesniak, who got 4 tries, and James Fisher-Harris. I don't know if we'll have time to include him, but there's also some great stuff about the jersey swapping at full time and how much the Jamaican players look up to the Kiwis. So that was my Saturday night in Hull. Ended up having a couple of beers with Greg Peters from the New Zealand Rugby League and Rion Edwards from the New Zealand Rugby League, and then I was prepared for the next day and the journey down to Doncaster. So anyway, here's the highlights of the press conference, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah, massively proud. I think it's a huge moment for us as an organisation. It's a huge moment for Rugby League, and there's not more of a fitting person amongst our group to deserve that, really. Ben, on his 300th game, is to get the try and make history and have that there written on paper for the rest of his life. It's going to be an amazing moment for him, and so I'm chuffed to bits for him. I think we really wanted to make this a special occasion for him today. We had a pretty emotional sort of shirt presentation this morning with him, and for him to cap that performance off with a try is amazing.
Well, I think what makes tonight even more special for me personally is because you're not just going up against an opposition that are ranked number 1 in the world. You're going up against good people, and they were really good people. In the heat of the battle, it's a competition and you've got to have that fire in your belly, but as soon as that final whistle goes, the overall feeling from New Zealand towards us was respect. There was respect in the way that we're trying to change things in rugby league, and they respected the effort. They knew they'd been in a flipping contest tonight. Sorry about that. They know they've been in a contest tonight, and that's what we wanted. We're not going to get respect off the field by the base of Jamaica's got a rugby league team. Actually, we get the opposite. We get a lot of disrespect, and it infuriates me. But you know what we do? We have to go out there and get respect on the field, and I feel like the scoreline looks a certain way, but if you watch that game, there was moments in there where we're competing, and there was set for set and cycles, and for me, that's where we earn respect. And I think respect comes when we don't say dying at the back end of the game, we go and we score a try, and we just keep pushing and pushing. And after that whistle, the overall feeling from the New Zealand boys was absolute respect for us and what we're trying to achieve, and equally from us to them. We have to respect New Zealand and what they're about and what they're about to go do. Wish them well. I hope they go win it. Things like that. Because they're a great opposition. But to test yourself and to know where you are as a rugby league player, you've got to play them. And you've got to play them consistently, and that's why we want to keep pushing and gain qualification for 25 and push ourselves again. And who knows where we can be. We've seen where we've come in 5 years. It's where I've been on the journey for 5 years, and we've got to this point. I think give us another 5 years with a bit more funding and see where we get, because the sky is the limit for us, and we know that, and we know what we do internally within our group is the right things. We enjoy ourselves off the field together, and on the field, you can see, as you've just saw, we just work for each other. So respect was the first thing that they said to us, and then they said, you're staying in Leeds and you want to have a beer?
Yeah, it's quite humbling, to be honest. They have so much respect for us, and just saying how much they sort of idolise us playing in our round, things like that. So it's pretty humbling, and they're just so happy to get our jerseys and swapping jerseys, things like that, etc. But we just thought it would be a good gesture to do that for their fullback, and it's pretty special. They've created history, being in this World Cup, and
disappointed that they got a try scored against them, but if ever you're going to get one against them, is to see the passion of the Jamaicans and how happy they were. I guess there's something there that I think the boys will remember in time. And then obviously I think Fish was just talking about how they swapped their jerseys, and it was quite a funny moment there where you saw all of them running around saying, I got this player and I got that player, and so it just shows the respect. But a fair bit of history being made out there tonight.